Three, two, one. What's up, George? What's going on in the House of Craze tonight?
In the Space Tonight, it is week 2 of the Cosmic Wars Kickstarter. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that, and I have a little surprise for Sam. He has no idea what it is. So,
snaps. Oh, snaps.
Yes.
Let's. My computer's acting up. Let's get it.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the Dreamer, Medina, and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the Craze. If you are an independent, catch the Craze. Making moves on your own, catch the Craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the Craze. Join the movement, catch the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the Craze. Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. I'm your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man Vera, and I am with
George, the Dreamer, Medina. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of Catch the Craze. It is Tuesday, February 17th, and we are live. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel, comment, like, share the video, do all that fun stuff. Tonight we have week 2 of the Cosmic Wars Kickstarter that is live for the next 27 days, I want to say.
Yep.
So make sure you, if you haven't done so yet, pledge to the campaign. Stretch goals are coming. We are down the home stretch. I know, Sammy, you've been getting a couple of pledges. Looks like a lot of digitals, so that's a good thing. So make sure you share the campaign as well. Go into the show notes, go into the chat, and do so. Tonight we're going to be talking more about the book, more about the stuff behind the book, and like I mentioned in the soft open, I do have a little something to show Sam. So we'll get into that in just a few minutes. But before we jump into all things Cosmic Wars, let me just give you guys a quick breakdown of what I have going on before we get into that. If you haven't done so, please make sure you check out my website, getyourmeds.com, where I have the pre-order button live for the rest of the Shameless Plug book. So make sure you check that out. I also have the retail version of the book online, so place your orders today. Thank you to those who have already placed some pre-orders for the graphic novel. I really appreciate you guys. That book should be out in the summer, so look out for that. This weekend, I will be at Texoma Comic-Con with Sam. We're going to be hanging out this weekend in Durant, Oklahoma. So if you guys are in the area, please head over there, check us out. And if you haven't done so yet and you go into your local comic book shops, ask them for the Adventures of Wonder Dog. Issue number 5 is in newsstands right now, and pretty soon I'll be getting ready to freaking send out issues number 6. I already sent that one out to the printer, so I'm waiting for that to come back. Dude, once you get into distribution, bro,
it's over.
It's back to back. So yeah, good times. Saw you on Indie Comics Relay yesterday with Keith Leeson and Johnny C on their show Indie Comics Relay. So big shout out to them. And yeah, man, that's what I got going on right now. Briefly, we'll talk a little bit more about what else is going on down the pike as the weeks continue. But today's all about Cosmic Wars, man. And I wanna give you your time to shine. So what you got? Talk to us, Sammy. What do you got going on, dog?
Grinding all my life.
Grinding.
Just grinding, working on pages. It's funny because I was on Keith. Shout out to Keith and Johnny C. Great guys. Love being on that show. I was at that show last night, and I find myself because I'm remastering the whole thing. Oh, San Martino in the house. What's up, brother?
What up, dog?
I'm redoing the whole thing, and I'm still drawing some of the pages. And I wanted to add more of the drama, and I was struggling with an angle. And so then I was at work. I was eating on lunch, and I grabbed my sketch pad because I have a sketch pad in my book bag at work. And I wanted, and I'm going to work on it on a live feed because I already conceptualized it, on paper. I wanted a really dramatic scene where Gorf is dealing with the Crimson, and you'll see what I mean when I go live this week when I do the live stream. The angle was what I was struggling with, and I'm just having fun because I'm really pushing the limits of, for me and for the series, and trying to make it so much fun, just from the action sequences, and the story. It's true to the story the way I wrote it. I added some elements to the story. I over embellished on some of the characters and some of the drama and stuff like that. But I'm just having fun, bro. It's that's the biggest thing. It's like that's all I think about though. Like, you know what? I think more about the page layouts and the design than I do of the campaign because because the campaign, when you get it in your hands, I'm hoping that you are the benefactor of the work that I'm putting into it. Like, I really want to entertain you. I really want you to enjoy it. And so I'm really putting a lot of thought into all the design aspects. And it's pretty cool. I have a lot of I got a lot of flat pages that I have to go and finish rendering because I just drop the flats and I move on to the next page.
Okay.
A bunch of pages are just flatted. And I'll get to them later when I start coloring and finishing them up. I did a lot of the finished stuff for promotions and for the Kickstarter to have sample displays, but most of the pages right now are in flat mode.
I was gonna ask you about, because I know you're mentioning you're doing a lot of work on the pages from when you had the book and you produced this book and published this book back in 2003 or 4? 2004, I think.
Yeah.
And so I was going to ask you about that because if you would give me the full screen, please, Sam.
Do I have to give it to you?
Yeah, give me the full screen. Put me on the full screen.
The full screen. Duh. Oopsies.
All right. So, Sam, I was digging through the crates.
Oh, snaps.
And I found something.
Issue 0. Wow.
I found the original.
Issue 0.
OG issue number. Are we going to show them some pages?
Go ahead, man. That's, the pages are different now, but yeah. Damn.
There it is. Look at the detail inside. It's glossy, bro. Look at the glossiness.
Look at the gloss, bro.
Now this is before there was print on demand. Remember, this is the guy. We knew this guy.
Yeah,
we folded and stapled.
We stapled those bad boys. Yeah.
Check that out. Which
side would you choose?
In 2004, the line is drawn. All right.
Wow.
Look at some of the stuff inside the book. The battle has begun.
Damn.
Right? Look at us.
Big Apple Comic Con. Look at that. Was at the Chicago. Which was Chicago?
Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at the guys. Look at us.
Wow.
We had that. What else we have in here? We had you always be promoting. ABC.
Oh, the kids books, Oogly Booglies,
always,
Andy. Yeah.
Wow. You got that in there. What else we got? Oh, do you remember this? You remember
Wizzy? Oh, the trading cards. Yo, remember the Cosmic Wars website was legit.
Yo, look at this. This is a blast from the past right here, bro. Bro. You have the original Rust book.
Rust 5377. Dysfunctional Ninjas. Oh, snaps.
All right. Let's see. What? We have more promotion. The war begins.
Wow.
Some of the character designs. All right.
Shit.
This was issue 0, bro.
This was issue 0.
This is issue 0 from 2003.
Wow.
2003. So I found this downstairs, bro, and I was like, yo, I gotta show Sam Cosmic Wars, the Athenian star. There it is. Sam
Wow.
didn't even. That was all Photoshop. All right, crazy comics.
Yeah, man.
All right, this is the best. So yeah, man, it was a nice little blast from the past, bro. I was like, yo,
My cheeks
check
hurt, bro.
out the book. Check out the book.
Yeah,
So,
so San Martino asks, is that the one? No, the one on eBay is issue number 1. And it's on Walmart.com for $104, bro.
Yeah. This one, I don't know. This one I'm gonna have to get signed when I go to Texoma by Sam Rivera. Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny? I've had this book, and it wasn't like in a bag or anything. And look at the spine, like
That's
still,
mint, bro.
It's in mint condition, dude.
Yeah,
like
man.
it's really in good shape. This
That's Zarkinar with the Zembiat Z12 and Zanzarax on the cover.
Okay. Yeah, the effects, the see-through, what you call it?
The see-through bubbles. Yes.
Yeah, word balloons.
Balloons.
It was that kind of party back then, man. Look at this.
Look at that, bro.
Look at the you were talking about the what, Bevel and Boss?
Yeah, yeah, man.
Hardcore, baby.
Yeah, man.
Hardcore.
Yeah,
Yes.
Bevel and Boss king, bro.
And this is why CGC it. Word, Mariano. Good idea. Good idea. I'm about to send that. I'm gonna get it signed, and then I'm gonna send that thing out to CGC, bro.
Damn.
I wonder what they give me. What do you think they give me? 9.6, 9.8?
I don't know, man. Probably.
It's crazy because, like I said, man, we literally folded and stapled all of these books. We printed 500 of these things.
Yes.
And we freaking we went crazy.
We're crazy.
We were
the only unknowns at Comic Con with full gloss, with big cardboard cutout characters, with uniforms. We had the team uniform. They were like, "Yo, who are these guys?"
Yep. Listen, you know what I'm gonna do? If we reach $5,000 on the campaign, we're gonna raffle this bad boy off.
Oh wow, yeah. Wow,
I'm gonna have Sam sign it. Okay. If we reach $5,000 on this campaign,
there you go.
Somebody can walk away with an original. This is the original issue 0.
Nice.
Of Cosmic Wars. All right. Nice. And I'm willing to part ways, but only if we reach the 5K mark. All right. Nice. So I'm gonna get it signed by Sam.
Now I gotta go and dig in the archives, bro, because I know issue number 1 is somewhere in a box and digging in the crates. I gotta find it for next week's show.
I'm hoping I can find another issue, man. I don't know, but yeah, dude, that it was kind of cool to see it because I was cleaning out some boxes and then I was like, oh shoot, what is this? What is this? I saw the top, the Cosmic Wars, and I was like, wow. Now the evolution of the logo, right? Like this was the logo back in 03. The logo has significantly changed since.
Hold that up. Hold that logo up, right? So so when I redid the look, because the Cosmic Wars, I wanted a universe behind it, right? So I wanted the word and then with the universe. And so I wanted to keep true to the original design when I redid the logo, which ended up looking like this. Where is that bad boy? Which is right here on the right. So I have like the solar system behind the words. I wanted that same look and feel. And so I try to keep it pure, but I wanted something today and relevant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanted something that's gonna resonate with the.
I love the redesign of it. I like the colors, the color palette, all that stuff. Michael, CGC won't put it in the yellow holder unless someone witnesses the signature. You know, from what I understand, Mike, and I have a friend of mine who does a lot of these CGCs. Now they can authenticate the signatures, and I believe they will still put it in the yellow if they can prove through their authentication process that is the original signature from the artist. Now, I don't know if Sam's signature is in some sort of database for them. I don't know. So maybe you're right. They won't put
probably got like 4 different versions. My it's a fake news.
Oh, fake news. He's like, you lying. You lying.
He's lying,
son.
It's a trap.
Damn, Mike, shit, you typed that out real fast. You didn't even let me finish. I'm gonna let you finish. Lou says,
today you tell me something y mañana otra cosa.
Mentirosa. Yo, an original. That's the 0. Yeah, this is 0. This is issue 0. Now, this is a lot shorter than what you're planning to do, Sam, because I think
that was 16 pages.
This is 16, yeah.
That was 16. The original issue 0 was 16 pages, which is why this issue 0 is not. And this issue 0 is a mashup. It's a combination of issue 0 and 1. Because I wanted to give you enough story that you're gonna want to come back. So I didn't want to just do an issue 0 16 page. I feel like I would be shortchanging people. So I'm really gonna, you're gonna get your money's worth on this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was, and what's funny? The book reads, like this particular book reads like a cartoon, like an episode from a cartoon.
Yeah.
Like you have your transitions. It starts off with the big battle that you talked about. Here's that scene that you've shown. I think it's on the campaign.
Yeah.
You redid this whole scene.
Yes.
Where he's walking out. Right there. Yeah. So I think you've redone that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of story. I think that, I don't know how much of it you've added to the story now, because I feel like there are things in here that you could have beefed up a little more.
I did.
You did, yeah. Okay, good, yeah. Because I mean, it's a quick read, and it's not a bad read. I mean, not at all, but it's just a quick read. And I'm like, yo, he probably could have added more here or whatever. But
yeah, it's funny because I found a review from Pop Matters. And I'm just going to take a second just to read some of what they wrote. Mm-hmm. This is back then for Cosmic Wars, and I gotta zoom in because my eyes, I don't have my peguelos with me. But it says oftentimes I'm reading a comic in preparation for a review. I try to find the larger significance. The comic is more than just a story; it's an act of reading, disseminating the information, and identifying subtext. For many of the books available, there's a world of hidden meaning located just below the surface that requires the participants to look beyond the plot and story. So when I read Cosmic Wars, The Athenian Star, issue 0, which is funny that you have it in your hands, I was looking for the underlying message that would be the focus of the review, instead of finding hidden cultural metaphors or implied societal critiques. I found something just as significant: a comic that was on face, entertaining, and fun to read. Cosmic Wars 0 is a prologue to a larger, more complex story. It is the tale of a galaxy filled with heroes and villains, monsters and warriors. The lines that divide the two are clear. Heroes speak of duty and obligation, and the villain sits on a throne and talks in the third person. Issue 0 begins with the destruction of the Kingdom of Crystallia. I'm not going to give you some of the stuff, whatever. But the book is a combination of epic premises and simple execution. This is not a criticism. This is actually a sign of the book's strength. The creator is establishing a fantasy universe filled with interesting characters and species in the midst of a galactic war. Whereas some creators create their own worlds as a vehicle to make a point, Cosmic Wars invites the reader to explore this universe just for the act of exploring. So that's just part of what I read. When I read that, I was like, wow, that was pretty awesome. I was really digging it. But Cosmic Wars, man, it is pure today to the original story than when I created it back then, when I wrote when I produced the comic back then. It's just, I went in and to your point, I pulled out more substance and more history and story to the introduction. And to really bring you into that world. In fact, there's a lot more time spent with Gorf on that planet with the ice creatures. There's more drama played up there. There's a lot of things happening on the back end. So you're going to see. So that's what I've been spending a lot of my time, like the scene that I posted this morning. I posted some flats this morning. There's a scene where Gorf is sitting there. He has a speeder on the side. He's by a fire. He's by a little campfire in the winter, and there's a big ice monster behind him, and he's trying to figure out what he's going to do. So I'm really exploring that world and all the nuances to it when I tell this story.
What I'm looking forward to actually is hoping, and we can talk about this after, because I don't want to spoil it, but after we get off, but I hope that you're exploring more of because part of the story is a fallen hero, right?
Yeah.
And Gorf is this fallen hero
Yep.
who blames himself for a lot of the downfall, right?
Yes.
Of what happened in that war and his king and how he lost his king. It's all his fault. And I'm hoping that we see more of that in this version of the story. Because in this version, because it was 16 pages, because it was shorter, you don't dive too much into it. It's something that, it's told that it happens, but and I'll leave it at that because I don't want to spoil too much. But you said it's the story of this guy who's a fallen hero. He feels like it was his fault that what happened to the king or whatever. And Princess Reina goes out to find him. Now, in this book, we only get to the part where she's going to look for him.
Yes.
And that's the cliffhanger.
That's it.
It ends. It sounds like we've gone into the world of where he is now before he's found.
The way I tackled this book, and again, anybody who backs it is going to be the benefactor, because I don't know where it's going to end with the page count. It's going to be, it might be more than I expected, right? Because I'm really, because every time, because I have both issues 0 and 1, right? And I looked at it and I dissected it and I started closing the gaps between the plot. And as I'm doing it, trying to decipher where do I end it, but what do I need to tell so that way when you walk away and you picked up the book and you read it for the first time, you feel full. But it's like eating Chinese food. You always feel so hungry afterwards, right? I want to fill your belly, but I want you to want more, right? So that's what I'm working towards with it. And I'm really, I'm introducing characters in a way that makes sense, not just for the sake of introducing them, right? So because there's a lot of subplots, there's a lot of things going on. There's Zarkinar and there's the pirate scourge, but there's a conflict there because pirates are not loyal to each other. So there's conflict there. So he's dealing with that. Then you have Lord Evil and his empire and what he wants. And then, then you have the conflict between Captain M3 and Gorf. And then you have the princess who's trying to prove herself and that no one respects, right? And she's trying to figure this out and rule and protect her kingdom. And then you got Zap, who wants to be like Gorf, right? And, he'll risk everything and anything because Gorf is his hero. And so there's a lot of elements. You got Professor Ramses and Zanzarax. They're brothers, but they're both on opposing sides. So there's a lot of feuds within feuds. And so weaving it in a way that makes sense where you get a taste, but not too much, but enough that you go, okay, I want to know more.
But I don't think that it's possible to put all of that in one.
No, it isn't. But they're all introduced. So
that's fine. But I guess what I'm saying is, you talk about page count and how am I going to fit?
Yeah.
To me, it's a matter of like, okay, what is this story? What is this story going to tell? What is this version of the story is going to tell? At this point, and I say that because in this book, in 16 pages, much to what this person was talking about in the review, you do leave enough for us to. None of that is in here. I don't know that they're brothers. I know that Captain M3 and he's got not necessarily a beef, but he's just like, yo, why are we gonna look for this guy? What is the problem? That's all I know about that. I don't know how deep that beef is. You know what I'm saying? I know that. So all of that stuff is not in there. It doesn't need to be, because that is what's going to leave you wanting more. You want to find out more about this. And I know that, and I fear, this is why I say this, because I fear that you're worried about, I don't know how much of this stuff I'm going to be able to finish. So I want to give you as much as possible. And I don't want that. I want more.
No.
I want more.
Do you have any idea of how many issues and how long the stories? It's a series. It's a series. So there's no end game right now. It's just gonna let it go where it goes. It's not like Duty, because I knew Duty was gonna be 10 issues, right? And I paced it out to be 10 issues. Well, Designated My Toilet, not Duty, because Duty spins off into other stories. But Designated Toilet was 10. Forbidden was 6 issues, right? Collected into one big graphic novel. I knew that, but Garf is an ongoing series, and it has enough depth and enough reach for me to go on and do it as long as humanly possible.
And I think that that's one of those things with all of our stories, I think, is in these. we take on these big stories, and I think that it's daunting, man, to finish them. It really is, dude. Don't hold back, Joe. So I guess for me, the way I structure stories is I always think of the beginning, middle, and end of, even if it's just that arc, even if I'm just giving you an arc, right? Like, so for example, the Athenian Star. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the way that I look at this is the Athenian Star is the arc. That is the story that you're telling in whatever amount of issues is going to take to tell. Right.
Mhm.
Once that arc is
Yep.
done, then you can obviously go into more adventures of Cosmic Wars. But, and I'll ask you this, does it end with the Athenian Star? In other words, does Cosmic Wars end once we find out what happens with the Athenian Star? No. So as I'm saying, so to me, that's the end game. That's where we find out, okay, how many stories do I have to tell you what that is?
The Athenian Star, it's like the Force, right? You know, it's like the Force of Star Wars, right? It's like you possess it, you have control, right? It's like the dark side, the bright side, but it's just stars. The star possesses a lot of power, so there's always going to be eternal conflict over protecting it. It gets passed down for generations, the whole bit. It's just the players change, right? The players change, the story changes, you know, the motivations change throughout the journey. But in this generation, it's Gorf's story, and his connection to the star and the cosmos and the kingdom of Crystallia. And so with that comes the stories within the story.
Okay, so does that mean that that can go for 50 issues, that can go for 100 issues, that can go for 10 issues, like, or is it a thing of like, okay, the Athenian Star, okay, they're searching for it, they're looking for whatever it is. I don't know what it is, and I'm not gonna. I don't know. If they are looking for it though, are you writing to until they find it, or are you know what I'm saying? That I guess that's what my question is. What's Daphne's question? Daphne's question is it at least broken up into story arcs? I think that's what we're talking about. I've been wondering if indie audiences have less patience for long-going series than shorter bites. And I agree with Daphne. I agree with her. I think that as indies, we don't have the bandwidth to create these epic stories that go on for so many issues. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like we have to kind of like figure out what our stories are and tell that story.
No, I have it. It's figured out. It's how many pages I want to put in this introduction. It's not the story that's the problem. The story is written, and it's what I want to introduce into this as I'm introducing it to a new audience to give them enough to want more than 16 pages. But everything is in bites, so in beats, right? So I have beats and everything. So it's like film and like music, right? So you have the intro, you have right before the hook, you have the chorus, you get the hook, you get so all of it's there. It's just for this introduction, I was combining 0 and 1, but there were things in 1 I didn't want in it. So I introduced something new. Yeah. And it's just the page count, because some pages call for like a double page spread, right? And so that means I still got to finish telling that story because I need more panels. So then I move it over, right? So that's basically what it is.
There'll be 300 issues of Spawn, but a 10-issue indie is too much commitment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. And I hear the things in society that take place, right? And then we've all heard those things. I think for me, wherever it goes, I'm going to tell the story that my heart and my gut tells me to tell, not following a specific pattern of behavior or norms in society. I'm just going to tell the story, right? And those who want to come along and enjoy the story, that more the merrier. That's awesome. But there's a story that I'm telling, and I'm not going, because when I start thinking about society, then I start changing the DNA of the story to try to fit and conform. And I've never been a conformist. So for me, it's like, no, I'm going to tell this story that's been with me my entire life, the way that I want to tell it. And hopefully people come along. And if they don't have the bandwidth, they don't have the bandwidth. But I think not everybody loves Star Wars. You got Trekkie fans that prefer Star Trek over Star Wars. Not everyone's going to like it, but at least I'm fulfilled because I was able to tell a story I wanted to tell. That's my mentality. That's the position I sit in.
And I love that position. My fear is that, like, and you've mentioned this, and this is why, like Lou says, don't hold back, George. But like when I hear you say, well, I want to see how this does before you know what I'm saying? To me, that tells me the story is not going to get finished unless, to Daphne's point, there is a commitment from the fan base. And if there is no commitment, then there is no more story because the commitment is gone. So you're no longer writing the story for you, or you're no longer writing the story to finish it, but to see if there is some kind of interest in it. And I don't think we should write like that. I don't think indie should write for that. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
like,
it's written. It isn't writing for it. It's the reality of financial. I think that the reality is financial. It's 100%. Like, am I going to invest in something that there's no market for, or I'm going to move on to something else because I have several IPs that I'm working on, right? So for me, it's like, all right, now, mind you, I have nothing but high expectations for this, right? I love it. I'm having my heart's in it, and the reader, you're gonna feel it because you're gonna see it. Because so I'm not worried about that. But the reality is life, right? The reality is you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You have to have a backup plan. And for me, it's like, if this isn't working, what else do I have in my arsenal? And then do I shift focuses and say, let me finish this, and then see how this does. That's just real expectations.
No, 100%. But I also think that that's why we should we should tell stories in a way where we can finish the story. You understand what I'm saying? Where we're not committing ourselves to, 10 issues, 15 issues. We're saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to tell the story in 140 pages because that's what I can do right now. I'm going to tell that story. It'll open up almost like what you did with Forbidden, right? Forbidden is what? How many? 180 or almost 200 pages, right? Mm-hmm. You told that story. More stories can be told. More stories can be told, but that story's told. That story's finished. You scratch that itch, right? Same thing with something like Cosmic Wars. You tell a story that's maybe 150 pages or whatever, because that's the arc, that's the Athenian star. And now you scratch that itch. And if there's a demand, you can say, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do more of these stories.
But you know what's funny that you say that when I think about like Forbidden, I feel like because I try to fit it in that box, that I rushed it. Like I could have added more pages, no more story to it. Like I feel like I shortchanged Forbidden, in my opinion. When I read it myself, I'm like, man, I could have just told that story. Why didn't I add that to this? Right? You look back on it, right? And so I think I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna let it naturally flow where it goes. And I think that's where I am with Cosmic Wars, because like I put Forbidden in a box and said I'm going to do it at this. I put Disney in my toilet in a box and said I'm going to do it at this. With Cosmic Wars, I'm not putting it in a box. I'm going to let it play out and see what happens. And I'm just going to ride that wave, right? And it's like Point Break, Keanu Reeves. Give me a surfboard and let me just take that next biggest wave and see where it goes. I don't know where it's going to go, but I know I love to surf. So I think I love to draw and write Cosmic Wars. I'm not putting it in any category. I'm just going to just create and see what happens.
So Elliot, what up? Elliot, what up? E, is the emotional safety of knowing what you get, what you're getting 300 issues into Spawn versus the new emotional commitment it takes to invest in a new indie story. Tale as old as time, sadly. We have high expectations too, Sam. And right, some people like Star Wars and others like Star Trek, and that's when the fight started. Man.
Yeah, it's like, and I was a fan of Star Trek. I mean, I grew up with my family. We all watched Star Trek I don't know what day it came on, and we watched it every night. But I also love Star Wars, right? But and if I had to pick between the two, I'll always pick Star Wars over Star Trek.
And that's a good point by Daphne. That's why I'm doing a novelization for my series, so I can write all the scenes I couldn't fit into the original 16 issues. And I think that that's smart because, dude, you're never gonna finish the story if you look at it as I'm just gonna see where it goes. You're not gonna. It's impossible, dude. We're not gonna. It's impossible. There's just not enough time. Like you know how long it takes to draw color and do all of it. And anybody who's done
forever.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not saying shortchange the story. I'm not saying short. Listen, I wrote 8 issues of Wonder Duck, and that particular saga took 8 issues to tell. That's the saga I told, and I told it in 8 issues, right? I can write more adventures of Wonder Duck because it's the adventures of Wonder Duck, so I can keep writing more adventures of Wonder Duck. but I knew that that's what I wanted to tell. We're always going to go back to our stories, bro, and be like, damn, I could have done that. Damn, I could have done that. Everybody does it. I'm sure George Lucas looks at Star Wars and say, I should have done more. I should have done more with that. I shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? Like you see it even in the sequel. Like when it turned out that Princess Leia and Luke were brother and sister. He didn't have that planned. It just happened. He was like, oh shoot, they made out. Ugh, that's weird. But they're brothers and sisters. That tells a better story. So like, I think that, and I'm saying this because I'm a fan of Cosmic Wars, and I do want to see it get to where I know you want to get it to. It's just it takes a while, man. It takes a while.
It does, and the reality is there are arcs, but for this issue that we're talking about, it's giving it enough of an intro, closing the gap on between issue 0 and 1, and then omitting things that I didn't want in this introduction, and then adding things to close the gap on some of the things that I felt like I had holes in. So that's all it is. Yeah. That's why I don't know. I haven't landed on, because every time I start with a page and I get 4 or 5 panels, right? But then I was like, no, I can tell this scene in a bigger way. And then I take up a freaking, and then I'm like, but I still got to finish this part, right? So that's what's happening. That's where I'm at. It's not like it's not written. It's just, I want to see more, right? When I'm drawing it, right? I was like, oh, if I did this, right? And that's where I am. I'm in the sandbox building a sandcastle, and I'm just running back and forth to the house to get more water so it can stick, right?
But you also have to keep in mind that there is a time limit. And I'm not saying life. I'm talking about just in general. Just like for this campaign, for example, the campaign ends in March. Your fans are looking to get that book in the next couple of months. Where is the book, right? So that's what you're fighting with. No, I'm saying that's what you're fighting with. Yeah. So you have to kind of figure out how to keep yourself from doing that. And again, I know. And what's going to happen is, even after you finish the book, you're going to read the book, and maybe years from now, you can be like, damn, I could have added that. I could have done that. It's just what we do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
no, but as far as them getting it on time, they'll get it on time.
No, I'm not saying they won't. I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying you're talking about, I'm doing this and I'm wondering how I'm going to do that. And I get that. I understand that. Yeah. But I guess my thing is, how do you fix that problem in a way, right? How do you keep yourself from going down that hole, that dark hole, right? Is it outlining? Is it just saying, you know what? I can't keep doing it. Like, what do you do? Like, what is your process for stopping that from happening?
I don't know. It's never happened before. And so I think I pulled it out and I said, I can't give them 16 pages. So I put out 1 and 2, 0 and 1. And I was like, all right, I don't want this in the book, in the first introduction. That's too much. And then this is not enough. And so that's basically what happened. I had to take and rewrite issue 0-1 to make it make sense to be an introduction to 0. That's the only thing that happened. And then once I did, then the artist in me, once I have it written, then the artist in me goes, I can make this even better, right? You start drawing it. It's like, oh, you know what? I know I wrote it down to 4 panels, but I can do it here, right? So I think it's the writer and the artist, they're at odds with each other. And so the writer's saying, follow this structure. The artist is saying, yeah, but I can do it this way. Right. So, and I think that's the first time I've ever been in that situation, because normally I have it all plotted out, written. You see my scripts. All right. And I got it. And then I just follow. Right. And then, now I'm just like, nah. Right. And then, and you should see how many half finished pages are in the archives that I started. And I was like, no, I'm going to do that over. No, I'm not feeling that one, because I was done. I was like, I'm not feeling it. Right. And I think that's where I struggle with.
Yeah. And that's why I say, listen to the writer. Listen to the writer, because he's going to get you there. He's going to get you. You got to trust in the writer in you. You know what I mean? What does the chat say? The story's so big, it needs different formats. That's a good point. Lupin says, oops. Elliot, it's always easy to say I should have done XYZ looking back, but you make the best work you could make at the time that you made it. When you learn and apply what you learn to the next thing. Sure. Let's not make Raina the sister, even if she's from another mister. And what's the age range for Cosmic Wars? Because I know Duty was for younger people.
Cosmic Wars, I would say 10 and up. because of there's a lot of weapons in it, right? And swords and all that stuff. But I think it's safe to say 10 and up with Cosmic Wars,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know? Just because of that, even though I know kids today are playing Call of Duty and World of Warcraft and whatever it is. And just for that sake, I think it's enough to attract those of our generation from the nostalgic aspect, right? And I think I was Keith Gleason brought it up last night on the show. He was like, he thinks of like, was it what is that TV series?
Which one?
They were like they had like Starcraft or something. I forgot what it was called. It was a sci-fi TV Starscape. Farscape. That's what it was. Farscape. He's like, it reminds me of Farscape, and then, that could be this. And so yeah. I think it's but I always tell the parents at the conventions, you decide, pick it up, read the first couple of pages, make the decision if it's right for your child. And I always say to even with duty, they go, "Huh? What's the age group?" I said, "Pick it up, read it. Tell me, you decide." I always put it on, I would tell you what my preference is, but it doesn't mean anything because you might have a different standard. So
Yeah.
I let them read it and let them decide.
Michael says Fortnite, Sam, not Call of Duty. Things change. Things done change. Things done change.
What, they don't have SWAT anymore?
Yeah, what happened to SWAT? What happened to
SWAT?
Frogger? What happened to Frogger?
What was that one? That one with was it Max Payne? Remember Max Payne?
Max Payne.
I used to play Max Payne on the PC.
Oh my God.
That was the bomb.
Man. Hey, listen, for those who are watching, if this is your first time watching Catch the Craze, we do this every week. Normally we have a guest and we talk to indie creators about their process, what they're doing. This particular show is a show about Cosmic Wars, which is a title that Sam created back when you were 12 years old, and the Kickstarter is live right now. I think, do you have it in the chat, Sam? Do you put the thing in the chat yet?
The link I have. Put the link in the chat.
Sam, son, the link will be in the
I'm
chat.
losing it.
If you haven't done so and you're waiting, don't wait.
Yes, right. We are 12 backers away from the next raffle. We have a raffle tonight.
We have a raffle tonight.
For every 20 backers, we have a raffle. And if you pledge during this live stream, I have a special incentive for you. So you only find out if you pledge. Put a comment in the chat if you pledge during this live stream, and there's a gift for you. But we're going to be raffling a silver foil pack of duty trading cards tonight for the raffle winner. So for all you duty fans out there, tonight's raffle winner will get that as well. So, and also remember, all backers, all physical backers get the actual sticker. This sticker right here, Cosmic Guardian, Defender of Freedom. So every physical backer will get this. And all $25 backers and up will get this trading card as well. So there's a lot of free stuff, man. It's a lot of free stuff.
And I just stumbled upon this bad boy right here, which is the original issue number 0, printed and published way back in 2003. Look at the glossy pages inside. This book is 23 years old, and look at the condition of this thing. Yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get it signed by Sam this weekend when I see him at Texoma Comic-Con. But if we reach $5,000 on this campaign, we're going to raffle this bad boy off to a lucky pledger. So pledge, tell a friend, share it, do all that fun stuff. This is a one of a kind, because I don't know how many of these you still have, Sam. I don't know what we did with these things.
I gotta go look. I think I have issue 1 in the bagged and boarded, still in the box. Nice. So I'm gonna go look for it, because if I have that, I'll raffle that off as well.
Wow. Yeah. So make sure you pledge to the campaign. Don't wait. The sooner you do it, the better. It's always good to keep these campaigns going for the algorithms. That way they get pushed up to the top. So don't wait. Don't wait. Don't be like, I got time. What is it, 25 days? Yeah, I'll pledge on day 21. I mean, on day 1. You know what I mean? When there's only 1 day left. Nah, just do it now. Yes. Do it now. Do it now.
And even more reason to pledge. Hold on, let me see if this is it. Hold on. Because let's see, is this it? Yes, this is it. So stumbling, I typed in Cosmic Wars in the search engine, and I ran across this. This is a guy, someone on eBay selling the Cosmic Wars issue #1. That's cover for issue #1 for $100.
They sold it, Sam. It
They
ended.
sold it
It
for
ended.
$100, right?
Honey.
And this was just a week ago.
Yo.
And then this is on Walmart.com for $103, bro. So if you haven't backed Cosmic Wars, the universe is saying, get it while it's hot. It's awesome. I saw that. I was like, yo, George, did you see this? That's crazy.
Hilarious, dude.
That's crazy. And that's from 2004, that cover.
Yeah.
That was the cover. That was the cover for issue #1.
That was one.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
right there.
Hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy that they went for that much. But yeah, man, no, it was fun. I mean, it was fun. Like I said, it was a nice blast from the past. I sat there, I read it. I was like, oh man, this is fun. It was a fun read. It was a quick read. Again, 16 pages compared to what you're doing now. But you know, it was one of those things where like you do want to read more. You do want to find out what happens with the characters. And you know, it was cool. Silver Surfer vibes. But yeah, so Sam, for those who don't know, tell them what the story is about. What is Cosmic Wars?
Cosmic Wars basically centers around the Arthenian star. That is the nucleus in the heart of the entire universe. And the sole protector of the Arthenian star is Gorf, Cosmic Gorf. He's a protector. And so there was a great battle, and King Neptune, which Gorf was sworn to protect, who was the king of Crystallia, fell in the great battle, but Gorf blames himself because he didn't make it on time to save him. So Gorf went into exile. And because he felt like a failure, he felt like he let everybody down. Doesn't realize by going into exile, he just put everybody at risk, right? So now with Gorf out of the way, and King Neptune falling, the princess, by proxy, assumes the throne. But there's never been a female ruler, so she has challenges that come along with it because most allies don't want to support a female, especially who doesn't have any experience. And then you have Lord Evil now realizing that Crystallia is vulnerable. He's plotting to overthrow the kingdom. But then you have Sarkinar, who's a pirate overlord who wants the star as well. So he's plotting his own takeover. But then the princess knows she needs Gorf, but they don't know where he is. And Captain M3, who's now in charge of the Royal Army, doesn't feel he needs Gorf and feels that he's more than capable of protecting the kingdom and keeping the peace. And the princess knows that he just can't. And so she risks everything to go off and search for Gorf in the farthest reaches of the universe, the most dangerous parts of the cosmos, and to go and find him and try to convince him to come back before it's too late. So that's, in a nutshell, that's the story of Cosmic Wars, the Arthenian star. And so there's a lot of elements and a lot of layers to this. But we start the story with the backstory, which introduces what's happening currently.
So I guess what starts the war? Is it the star itself?
It's the star. Everybody just wants possession of it. You know, that he who possesses the star controls everything, right? So, and the history of the star comes later on in the arc, but right now it's really about the fallen hero.
So so if people were watching the show last week, you know, you went into this was something that you created when you were 12 years old. It's based on an imaginary friend that you had, right?
Yeah.
At what point did you bring the idea of the Athenian star? Like, when did that kind of like become the thing? Like, okay, I need something. And when was that moment that you were
it was a few years before we met. It was when I was rapping. Is when I think I was because it was around the time where I was getting ready to release my first single in the music business, and we had Crazy Skills Productions, and we're building everything around Crazy. That's when I created Crazy Comics and Crazy, Media Group. Everything was like around Crazy, right? And so that's when I created the Crazy Comics division. That's when I started writing Cosmic Wars, and it was in my teens. So I was 12 when I created Gorf, the concept, but he was scrungy, and then he evolved into Gorf in my teens, and then it just started building from there.
So was it something like you were like Athenian star? That's it. That
I can't tell you the influence behind the Athenian star or the name,
Right, right. The name. Yeah.
because the name just come to me. It just pops in my freaking head, and then like that's it, right? And so I can't. I'd be lying if I came up with something like, yes, I was on the, I was in the middle of the ocean in Tahiti, and none of that stuff, right? So I saw a comet falling, and no, I don't know. I just know that when I started talking about Garth and I created his story, and I gave him the title Cosmic Gorf. I was like, all right, this is power, right? He's strong, and then he's got to be a protector. What's he protecting? That's how I start. So I start asking, similar with Forbidden. I always start asking questions, right? And so that's how it happened. I started asking questions. What's his purpose? And then I started building layers to it, and then his backstory is even more unique. And you'll find out about that as it goes on, because it's a lot more complex. Because there's a lot of memory blocks, right, in Gorf's, where he without giving too much, you'll see.
Yeah. Do you find that you're still creating the story even now as you're going back into it?
I'm finishing where I left off. Yeah, I'm finishing where I left, because I never finished it. I wrote the plot, I wrote the bios for all the characters, but recently I added more characters, and I'm continuing where I left off, right? So it was similar to Forbidden when I decided to pull Forbidden out a few years ago. I started finishing the script and I had everything, like the plot line was done, the character bios was done, all that stuff was done. Now it was just merging it all. So now it's just making it make sense in beats, right? So you guys call it arc, I call it beats, right? So in beats, right? So it's like boom, boom, boom. Right. No, for me it's like I say it's like boom, boom, boom. It's almost like rap songs, like every verse has 16 bars minimum, right? So it's like, so I'm looking at it like that, right? So it's like, how many bars are in this, and then how many bars do I need to tell this story, right? And what story am I telling in this verse on the rap song, right? So on the rap song, I might be talking about my girlfriend, but then on the second verse, I'm going to be talking about the guy that she left me for, right? So it's like, that's basically how I pace it out.
Yeah, man. No, it's writing is hard, but it's at the same time it's fun and rewarding.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Especially when you're telling these stories that we have in our heads. Like, how do we put this all on paper? I know that there are a lot of the people who watch this show. Like, I know Michael's got a story that he's writing, and Daphne, obviously, she's got her story and stuff like that. And I'm sure that we struggle with what you're talking about, right? Where do we go? How do we take the story where it has to go? And I guess do it in a way where us as the creators are satisfied with where we took the story, and we hope that the reader is satisfied with where the story went. And I guess you talked about Forbidden and how you thought, oh man, I could have done this, I could have fleshed that out more. But at the same time, it's like you just hope that the reader understands what you were doing or what you were trying to do.
Yeah, I think I struggle more with not telling the story, but really the time that I have to tell the story. I think that's what I struggle with. I struggle with, the reality is, dude, the days are going by fast, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus. It's like I wake up, I look forward to Fridays, but as soon as I take off my jacket and walk in the house on Friday, it's Monday to go to work again. I'm like, where did the weekend go? I don't even remember what I did. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm always grinding, right? I feel like if I'm not working for somebody else, I'm working for myself, and I'm trying to build this. So it's like I'm constantly grinding, and I'm chasing time. And I think that's the hard part. It isn't the act of creating. It's really the act of finding the time to create in a way that, like, I force, like, I'm at peace when I'm behind the table and I'm doing this. Like, this is my Zen moment. This is but then I realize there's a world out there that I'm ignoring. Right. So is that part. I think it's, without getting so philosophical, I feel like sometimes I put so much into everything that I'm not putting enough into me, and so because I'm trying to get all this stuff done. And so, we get off this, I'm going to be up till midnight drawing. Right. And then I go to sleep and I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I'm drawing. Right. And then I have to be out the house at 8 o'clock to get to work. Right. And then that's all I'm thinking about is drawing. right? It's like my mind is fixated. Then I'm at work. I'm all in at work, and then I can't wait to get to the drawing table. So that's where I am mentally.
Yeah. No, and it's it's sad to say, but it's like I said, an unhealthy way to live.
It's great. It is,
Because
but it's like then I don't want. Yeah, I think we struggle with what ifs.
yeah, no, for sure, 100%. Like,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. It is. Unfortunately, it is an unhealthy way to live, but it's the only way we know how
Yeah.
to get this stuff done.
Yeah.
Right? Because what's the other option? So you hire an artist, right? What happens when you hire an artist? Now you're at the mercy of that. Not only that artist finishing it, but also, can I pay this artist the amount of money that this artist is worth, or what they charge, or whatever it is? So now you're at the mercy of that. And so that's what I'm saying, creating these comics, especially for us at this level, where we don't have a team, where we don't have a company or a corporation that's funding all this stuff. It's tough, man. It's tough. And that's what we have to choose, how much story we're going to write, or how much story we're going to put together, because we may not be able to finish it.
It's one of the reasons why I decided not to do a lot of conventions this year.
Yeah.
Because I want to get more content done. Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, instead of working on trying to be at these shows, promoting these shows, packing and traveling and all this other stuff, I can be focused on just producing and creating my content. Right. Because, this year I want to put out 3 issues, right? 3 books. Right. So if I do conventions, I probably I'm only doing 2. Right. So because, one gives, all that stuff takes a lot of time. So I think that's one of the reasons why it's like, you know what? I'm doing these 2 comics shows. I'm doing the book signing, and then I'm taking the summer off, and then probably do one thing in the fall. But that's all I'm focused on right now, because I just want to create. And so it's like, for me, it's like, as soon as this is done, I'm finishing issue number 8 for Disney in My Toilet, because it's half done, right? So I can get that out there. And then the good thing is that it's half done. By the time I launch that Kickstarter, it'll be 100% done. And then I can either continue with Cosmic or work on issue 9, right? That's where I am, because I can only pick one, right? So I was like, which one I'm going to pick before the year's up.
Yeah. That's what grinding is all about, sis Mariano. You're right,
man.
dude.
But I do have a raffle that I want to. Yes. But before we do the raffle, I'll play the promo to remind everybody that there is a Kickstarter. Is this the one? I hope this is the right one. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Delete. Open. Let me add this file. Hold on. Sorry about that. I should have had it up there. My computer's acting slow because I've have so many big, large graphic files.
Yeah.
That my computer's just like going haywire. Is it? Oh, there it is. Here it is. Where is it? Here it is. Is it? No, that's not it. Get out of here. Oh, jeez. Let me go to downloads. Anyway, hold on. I'm still trying to upload it. Yeah, man. No, this is fun. So again, tonight we're raffling off the silver foil pack of trading cards for There's an Alien in My Toilet. So all you Duty fans who backed this campaign and coming back, get ready. Is this it? I think this is it. Let me see.
We are ready today, guys.
There it is. I'm ready. It's uploading. All right, we're getting ready. We're gonna play this. We're gonna play this. Huh?
Is this the video from last week?
No, this is the one, the new one with the graphics.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. It's just loading.
We were obviously very ready, guys. We were very ready for this. We were 100% ready. Show us what we're raffling off. Show it to us one more time, Sam. What does the winner get tonight?
It's in the box, but it's the gold back of the My Toilet trading card set.
Damn
It's in the convention box, yeah, because I'm packed for Texoma, but it's in there.
Right. Yo, I gotta pack. I gotta pack for that. Well, I just gotta pack my stuff. But I know that once you go pick me up at the airport, the car is gonna be packed. Because I remember every single time you come to get me, the back seat is packed. What are you gonna do as far as the setup? Because in the past it's been all duty. Now you have.
Well, that's
duty.
what I'm spending. I'm spending Thursday night sorting, because I'm not gonna take the volume that I normally would take. Because I have to make space for Forbidden.
Right.
So here's the promo trailer to remind everybody about the Kickstarter. If you haven't backed it already, please back it now. And then when we come back, we're going to raffle.
Hi, my name is Samuel. I'm an artist and creator, and I created Cosmic Orph when I was 12 years old. And now I get to share it with you after all these years. And I can spend this entire time trying to convince you why I would love for you to back this campaign. But I'd rather chase the
In the shadows of the cosmos, a war is on the rise. A pirate with a broken heart, with treachery is his disguise. Zarkina betrayed his brother for power and for gold. With the whispers of the art, the neon star, legends left untold. Through the starlit skies he sails, reckless and unbound, while beneath Crystalia's castle lies treasure to be found. But Gorth, the protector, stands tall in his fight, with armor forged in honor and strength that burns so bright. Light gives away from peace tonight, the Ezos call our names. The universe, a battlefield where hope ignites the flames. Hold fast to your courage, for Gorth is on your side. We're warriors in a cosmic war. Together we will rise.
Together we will rise. Yes. And now it's time to spin that wheel, baby.
Hold on, Sam. Let's let it. You know, everybody heard the song. Lou has a couple of comments. You know what I'm doing? She's spinning on her chair. We had a good time with her yesterday. It was fun. Talk to me about this song before we do. You got to go somewhere. You got things to do. You got somewhere to be.
No, I'm just getting everything in queue.
Okay. Talk to me about this song. We got a song now. What's up? How did this come about?
Well, first of all, you know that music and me and art has been hand in hand since I was a kid, and so I knew I grew up with DuckTales. I grew up with I mean, you had the Gummy Bears, the best theme songs ever, right? Pokemon had one of the best theme songs ever, and so I have to have a theme song. So I wrote the lyrics and I paid for an account and I uploaded it and I put the format. I structured it. I wanted rock, country. I wanted rock and like pop rock. And then I gave examples. I said I want it to be similar to these songs and blah blah blah. And then after a few versions, because that was like the 7th version.
Really?
Yeah. After a few, it's just test and try. This was the final product, and it was exactly what I wanted. And I'm not that youngin anymore that I can just set up a studio and just go in it myself right now. So, but yeah, I wanted a theme song, and it everything about I sing that song in the car. I sing this song in the shower.
You loved it. She goes, I was surprised I didn't pull a muscle. Mariano says he's ready for an animation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
man. Come on, dog.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, like, one of the things I learned when I did Licensing Expo.
Yeah.
You got to come with the complete package in order for them to want to take a look at it and determine whether or not they want to invest in you. So I'm trying to put together enough material to show them the range a product could be in, and then hopefully, because my end game is really to get it animated or and a toy line. I just don't have the bandwidth or the finances to do it myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, I think that it's in my head all day, bro. It's like I love it. I mean, I love Pokemon. I mean, I think for an entire year I used to sing the Pokemon song every damn day because I was so hooked to it. That's how I feel about this song.
I got you, man. I got you. Nah, good stuff, dude. Good stuff. Lou loves it. You know she does. We had her on the show there last week, and she was dancing away, bro.
Her dances were dope.
It was hilarious. All right. Sorry. All right, now.
Stop acting up. Now we're gonna spin that wheel.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's spin that wheel. All right. Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. This one is for the silver foil pack of trading cards with duty in it. And this is for backer number, is it 20? 20.
Number 20.
20. All right. Now we go find out who 20 is. If you don't know who you are, give me a second. I'll find out. Let's see. 20. And remember, we're 12 backers away from the next raffle. If I can get my mouse to work. There it is. Excuse me. Hiccups.
Lou wants to see the aardvark.
The aardvark. Backer number 20 is, where are you? Backers.
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. Backer. Oh, there is no backer 20. I got to do it all over again.
Oh, man. There is no
I think backer 20 was the one that canceled their pledge.
Ooh.
Yes.
See what happens when you cancel a pledge?
Yes.
She said, the Polaroids.
Yes.
They're
We're
coming.
going to do it again. We're going to spin that one more time.
Have his focus. He can only handle one thing at a time, Lou. He can only handle one thing at a time.
Let's stop acting up. All right. We're going to oopsie. But you know what? Somebody gets to win. Hello.
All right, let's go. Let's do it again.
Can I get rid of 20? Hold on. There you go. All right. Spin. Round and round. Oh, shit. Sorry. It's spinning. I'm going to have to. Jesus Christ. All right. It just spin. And 16. All right.
16.
All right. Let's see. Who's the winner?
Who's 16?
How come you guys don't know what number you are? All right. Let's see. Oh, guess who it is?
Who's it is?
Jay Salazar.
Mr. Salazar.
Yes. Jay Salazar, number 16.
You have a pack of trading cards.
Yeah, man.
With duty in it.
With duty in it. It's a dutiful Christmas, bro. It's
dutiful. Now listen, can you hook up Lou and show her the Polaroids?
The Polaroids.
She wants to see Cosmic Dwarf.
Oh man, what is it? It's right here. Hercules. There it is.
Hercules. There it is.
That was a combination of the Stay Puft, Marshmallow Man, and Alf.
Bro, 12 years old, you out here putting these things together. I'm also creating fake backdrops. Look at that. Look at the details. Son. Oh, word. You had the freaking, what is it? You got some planets back there? Oh, yes.
Polaroids, bro. Polaroids.
Wow. I like it.
Good
stuff,
man.
Bro. Good stuff. To be young again.
To be young. Yeah, man.
To be young again. Dude. All right. So where are you going to be next? I know you have some shows coming up. We're going to be at Texoma, but you have podcasts that you will be on.
Yeah, I'm going to be on Story Comics podcast. I'm going to be at Ralphie's podcast, which is Apple Bites. I'm going to be on I have a few. I'm going to return to the madness. I have one I just secured. I forgot the name of it. Because I just secured it. Let me see, where is it? Shout out to Ralphie, man, because he always makes room for me. I love that guy. Thank you so much.
Mr. Tavares.
Comics for All. So I'll be on Comics for All. Yes, I'll be on Comics for All podcast on March 1st.
Yeah, hold on. I just want to give a shout out to Ralph. Bit and Apple TV. If you guys don't know, check that out. He's a huge supporter of indies, bro. Always has been. Has been. And he's always willing to open up his doors to Sam. You're going to be on there. So that's dope. When is that one, Sam? I'm sorry, you said
this one's on a Monday.
Okay.
It's on a Monday. I think it's early. Let me see. What is it going to be?
I think he goes on late, bro. I think
He goes late on Wednesdays.
He
Yes,
does. Yeah, he does.
So it's February 23rd.
Okay.
Who's this? No, this is the wrong one. Oh, this is Raffle. Yeah, February 23rd. It's 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Your time,
Okay.
7:30. Yeah. So it was either that or 10:30 at night.
I know.
And I was like,
yeah.
nah. I was like, I'm good. No, because I'm drawing at that time, and I don't want to interfere with my drawing.
No, I hear you, dog. I hear you. But good stuff, man. Good stuff. This is gonna be it'll be fun to see what you guys chat about. I know. It was hilarious. Let's be real. Not all of us put our dreams into clay and Polaroids. Well played, Sam. Well played.
Yeah, man. I was I was always, and George could attest to this. I was always documenting everything.
Yeah.
Right? Even with the early days of Crazy Comics, I'm out there.
I mean, look at this photo, bro. When we were out in what was it? Was that Chicago or Philly?
I think it was Chicago. It might have been Philly. It was Wizard World. I know
it was one of the Wizard Worlds.
Yes.
It was one of the Wizard
It was
Worlds.
one of the Wizard Worlds. It could have been Philly, because that could have been the Turner one.
Yeah. Michael Turner. I was watching an interview that they did with Mark Silvestri. He has a great story about Michael Turner, right? He says that Michael Turner went to his offices to show him his portfolio. Right?
Yeah, he wasn't good enough.
And he said, dude, he go, I can say this now. It was the worst portfolio I've ever seen. It was the worst. But he was such a nice guy and he liked them. He just liked them, right? So he said, listen, do me a favor, go over there, sit down, draw me a building.
Yeah.
Comes back an hour later, and he says he describes it as what I could say was a loaf of bread with holes in it. That's what this freaking building looked like. He was like, how do I tell this kid he sucks? But Michael Turner was so positive and so like nice that he was like, he pulled out a book from his shelf. It was like the skyline of New York City. Said, okay, I'm gonna give you one more shot here. Draw this building. Use this reference and draw this building in New York City. Goes over, Michael Turner comes back with the drawing, looks at it, and Mike Silvestri's like, it was the best building he had ever seen. He was like, why didn't you, like, where did this come from? Why didn't you do this before? He's like, because nobody ever told me to use reference. And that's all he really needed was just reference.
Yeah.
From then on, he became Michael Turner, and it was a wrap. Like
so much so that when I submitted my portfolio to Topical, they sent me photocopies of Michael Turner's artwork and said, if it doesn't look like this, don't go.
Damn, son. Wow.
You see how we're all linked?
Let me show you a little reference, buddy.
Yeah. I said, why did you take me under your wing like you did him, sucker?
Damn, son. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I think it was interesting. And Michael Turner was awesome, bro. Like I remember,
it was fantastic. Fathom, Aspen.
Yo, was it Soulfire, whatever the hell he had?
Yeah,
he was giving away copies of that book at that convention.
Yeah.
I actually have a signed book by him. It was the Superman Batman. Remember he was doing Superman Batman?
Yeah.
He was doing that storyline. It was like issue number 8.
Yeah.
The girl from Krypton or whatever, and it was Supergirl on the cover. I have the sketch cover signed.
And it was not only that, but also the team he was working with Liquid that was doing the colors.
Oh, they were doing the colors.
They took coloring comics to a whole nother level.
Because they were coloring from his pencils. They weren't even inking at that point. Yeah. They just went straight to colors at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, Liquid was the most sought after coloring company. They were crazy when they did the water and they did the translucent wings on the fairies.
Oh, it was insane.
Yo, I was like, dang.
They changed the game. They changed. Mariano, you met Mike Silvestri last year? Yeah. I saw him at Terrificon.
You follow him? Awesome. You follow him?
Awesome. I saw him. Yeah, no, I saw him at Terrificon. He was awesome, bro. He was freaking awesome. He's really cool dude. Yeah, really,
I think, and I'll say it over and over again. I think the coolest cat I ever met in comics was Brian Pulido.
Yeah, Brian Pulido was awesome, dude.
Yeah, I think he's just genuinely good person. I mean, he was giving of his time. He was giving of his knowledge. Just selfless, and I thought that was the best experience I had. I mean, because we hung out with Michael Oming, we hung out with Angel Medina, we hung out with a lot of these dudes, but this guy Brian Pulido, for me was class act all the way.
He was so supportive of what.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, at this convention where we had these books debuted,
Yeah.
he came over to the table and made
Yeah.
sure to tell us that we should keep going and don't stop because this
Yeah.
stuff is great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he was awesome, bro.
Those are good times. Those are, yeah. It's funny how when you look back, it feels like it's a memory, bro. If we didn't have these archives and we didn't have these things to it's like, it's not even that. I'm gonna start posting, like, we're working with Tracy Alfred, right? A fantastic animator, right? And so those days he and I met in college, and we were digital media majors, and he was creating Cosmic Wars 3D animation for me.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be posting that the next few days on my YouTube channel and on social media. Some of the things like he would have all the dozens and dozens and hundreds of characters in the background, the army. Yeah, that was there it is. Let me see. Put that up in the big screen.
That was at Gibbs.
Yeah, man. Look at that. That's I had my gallery. They had a gallery for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They had a gallery. Like at me and Jonathan.
Yeah, man. Damn.
Wizzy. Look at the
Wizzy.
functional ninjas up in there.
Dysfunctional ninjas up in there. Cosmic Wars on the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool stuff. Man.
That was right before Duty took over, because when Duty was born, everything dropped.
It was a wrap.
Cosmic got dropped, Forbidden got dropped, everything got dropped.
Get your aardvark looking ass out of here. Get your ass
Duty,
out of here, bro.
Duty took over. It was crazy. It was nuts. But he was a brand new toy, right? He was the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. It was no longer the other G.I. Joes, right? I was like, yo, I'm gonna play with this all night. It's awesome.
Yeah. No, I know.
Man, those are memories, bro.
It's funny. Well, listen, next week we'll be back with another episode of Catch the Craze. We'll be fresh from Texoma Comic-Con. We'll have a little recap on the convention. See how
we got a dance off with Lori Calcaterra and George de Medina. That's gonna be dope. I'm gonna film that.
That's a rumor. That's a rumor.
Man. You gotta set it off. She's ready to battle you, bro, in the parking lot.
Yeah, she's ready.
And now we'll have Dan Price there as a witness. Yo.
See, Sam, this is the problem. You're the hip hop head.
Oh, wait. Arelis is gonna be there too.
Yeah, it's gonna be there. You were the rapper. All right. You were the hip hop star. I think you should be battling.
I'll beatbox.
Nah, don't give me that beatbox stuff. You told me you used to do the Backstreet. No, not the Backstreet Boys. It was the New Kids on the Block dance moves.
Oh.
You gotta hit us
The
with that
right stuff.
You gotta hit us
First
with some of that
time
stuff.
was a great time.
Bro,
Second
don't
time was a
sleep.
blast.
Don't sleep on Lori's dance skills, bro.
Uh-huh.
Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep
on
on them. Nah, she's good. But we'll be there. It'll be fun. Dan Price will be there. Big shout out to
She should have been one of those. What is it? A rocket? She got those high kicks.
Yeah. You just need a chair, George. That's it, Lou. That's it. I need a chair. I need a swivel chair. I need one of those swivel chairs.
Yeah, wear your jacket.
He's gonna be there. Yo, it's gonna be warm, bro. It's gonna be like 60 degrees out there. It's gonna be nice.
Word.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice weather.
It's gonna be Sveta.
We gotta figure out what's out, what movie's out on Friday night.
There's a movie. There's a movie out. I forgot what it was. Just came. It's with what's his name? Hemsworth.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know
Is it Hemsworth? Yeah, it's like some sort of assassin movie or something.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. That's out. We'll check that out.
I think that was what I saw that was out. I was trying to find. I was like, there's no superhero movies out right now.
Nah, there's nothing.
No Bad Boys number 40.
Nah. It's a wrap for that.
Shack it weather. Yep, wear that shacket.
Shack it, baby.
Because you gotta have faith. The faith. I gotta have faith,
baby. Yo, what movie is it? I'm trying to see what movie. Is it Crime 101?
Is it? I think it's Cry Me a River.
Is that what it is?
No, I don't know what
Cry
it is.
Me a River. Yeah, no. So we'll be back next week, guys. Hopefully, we'll be back with another raffle. So make sure you tell a friend. 12 more.
12 away from that, and $284 away from unlocking the first stretch goal.
That's where you can do it. Yeah, and don't forget, if we reach 5K, this bad boy will find a new home. Sam's gonna sign it for me this weekend, and we're gonna raffle this bad boy off at $5,000.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's going. Just look at eBay at Walmart.com, bro.
You can flip it. You can flip it.
Can I flip it? Yes, you can. But yeah, so anyway, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you again. Check out if you're a fan of Lupon's art. She did a fantastic cover on the campaign. If you didn't see that already, if you're a Frazetta fan or a Lou fan, or if you're a fan of my work, go and get this cover. It's gonna be awesome. And if you're a fan of Marco DeFilio, this cover right here is badass as well. And then you're just a fan of Duty, and you've been with me for Duty, you want to come along for the ride with Cosmic War. So it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be fun. It's exciting. Thank you everybody for watching tonight. We'll see you next week. We'll have a recap from Texoma Comic-Con. With that said, AMC and the Crazy Man Vera.
George, the Dreamer Medina.
And we are
It's
just easy. It's not.
Crazy. Acquiesce.
No, it's about my friend Acquiesce. Say my name, right?
This is what you were thinking? Oh my God.
He described me. He said, I'm the
What? Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. To Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze. Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.
Candy girl.